to give it a go again. It's a game I think you'd like. Can you hear the sound and all okay? Yeah. If you turn the sound up on your computer. If you turn the sound up on your computer.
There, boys! Bring her about!
You should be getting it on the computer as well. As long as you can hear it, and you can hear me talking, okay. So there's two games. This one's Empire Total War, and then there's Napoleon Total War. Okay, hold on. Is that better? Yeah, I was just saying, this is Empire Total War, so it's set more around the American Revolution or the independence, all of that kind of thing, and then okay, hold on. Okay. So, do you want to try the War on Land or the War at Sea first? These are tutorials just to go through how the game works. Should we try this one? The sea one, okay.
Welcome to the Naval Battle Basic Controls tutorial. My name is Admiral Green, and I am your Naval Battle Advisor. We have had reports of French ships raiding in the Caribbean, and your ship has been dispatched to deal with them. In this tutorial, you will learn about the HUD, camera controls, ship movement, and combat. The HUD, or heads-up display, has now been revealed. You will be taught about the HUD and buttons over the course of this tutorial. Your ship is nearby and ready for you to learn how to control it. The circular flag above your ship is its icon. The green bars at the bottom represent the strength of your hull on each side of the ship, and the white bar at the top represents the amount of damage your sails and masts have taken. As your ship takes hits throughout a battle, these bars will go down and change color to represent the fact your ship is taking damage. The flashing part of the HUD is the review panel. This is where the ship cards for the ships in your navy will be displayed. The new flashing icon is the ship card for your ship. Left-click the ship card now to select it.
You get all that?
Good. Now you must learn how to control the camera. First, try moving the camera forward and back by using the W key to move forward and S key to move back.
This is pretty basic tutorial.
Now try moving the camera left and right by using the A key to move left and the D key to move right. Try rotating the camera left and right by using the Q key to rotate the camera left and the E key. You can use the V key to pan the camera up and the C key to pan the camera down. Finally, try moving the camera up and down by using the X key to move it up and the Z key to move it down. Well done. You can also use the mouse to move the camera around by either moving it to the edges of the screen or by holding down the middle mouse button whilst moving the mouse to drag the camera around. You can double click on the ship card to center the camera on that ship. Try this. Good. Now you will learn how to move your ship. With your ship selected, right-click at the base of the marker shown to have your ship move there. Your ship will now move to the first marker.
Easy.
You can halt your ship at any time or cancel its current orders by clicking the highlighted anchor button. Try clicking it now. Good. Now have your ship resume its movement to the first marker. Good.
Ship, I should call it one boat. They'll be offended.
Now try double-clicking at the base of the next
ship or
marker
the game?
to have your ship move there at its fastest speed. Double-clicking to have your ship move will always make it move at its fastest speed.
I think the stream is just slightly delayed in terms of what you see and what I'm doing. Yeah.
Good. Look, sir, one of the enemy sloops is approaching us. As the enemy approaches, you will learn how to give an attack order to your ship. With your ship selected.
I did that too early.
Good. Your ship will now sail into range and open fire on the enemy. Your experienced crew will soon make short work of them. Now, whilst your ship moves into range and engages the enemy, you will learn about the different shot types your ship can use. The currently selected shot type for your ship, and the default, is round shot. This shot type is effective against the enemy's hull and taking out their guns. The highlighted type is chain shot. This shot type will hit the enemy's masts and can be used to cripple an enemy's movement. The final shot type, now highlighted, is grape shot. This is a close-range shot type that is devastating against the enemy's crew. You have now learnt about the various shot types. Experiment with them now if you want, but your aim is to sink this enemy ship. Panzer, this enemy sloop has been sunk. The second enemy sloop is now approaching us, and you must be ready to receive it. You can also control how your ship fires by use of the broadside buttons highlighted now. These buttons control the main battery of guns on the left and right side of the ship. They can be used to deliver a devastating punch to the enemy. Try clicking either of the broadside buttons now.
So it shows you there which side and how many guns have been reloaded. So they're about ready to go at the minute. She has 18 guns and 65 crew. I have 95 crew and 32 guns. Should be able to shoot them nicely.
Notice the orange ring running around the outside of the broadside buttons. This represents the number of guns on that side that are loaded and ready to fire. Hover your mouse over the broadside button to see exactly how many cannons are ready. This ring will build up as more cannons. You can click on the broadside button again to fire off all the ready guns on that side. This allows you more control over how your ship fires and allows you to deal more damage to the enemy. You can use the highlighted buttons to rotate your ship and help keep the enemy within your broadsides when moving your ship around manually. Use all the ways to control your ship in combat to fight the last enemy ship. Remember, you can give your ship an attack order and control how its broadsides fire at the same time if you want to. A lucky shot has demasted the enemy sloop, and its crew are bringing it to a halt.
Wasn't lucky.
Now is an excellent time to board the enemy. You can give your ship an order to board the enemy sloop by clicking on the highlighted board button, and then right-clicking on the enemy sloop. Do this now. Well done. Your ship will now automatically move into position and begin boarding the enemy. Boarding is a useful way of trying to capture enemy ships by making them surrender. This then adds that ship to your faction once the battle is over.
It does, yeah, I just wanted to fire the grape shot at it. Stuck. or left. Be easy. Just this little bit. There you go. The marine up in the crow's nests. See them? They've a few up there. Sneaky fetch.
The enemy sloop has surrendered. Well
That was
done,
quick.
sir.
Yeah. Quick and easy.
This brings the naval tutorial to an end. In this tutorial, you learned how to control the camera, how to move your ship, how to attack, how to board, and how to control your ship in combat.
Easy. We only lost 2 sailors. I think the wind is important to watch. I got stuck that time because I was facing the wrong way. Yeah, I was watching a thing today. There's a new Age of Sail, a new kind of version of that. A new game just was released today, actually, and it's based on you know, Thomas Cochrane. So obviously the same characters from Patrick O'Brien and Hornblower. Yeah, and it went through, like, I was watching the guy, he was going through how it plays and stuff like that. Again, there's even more detailed in terms of the sea battles. It looks like that, except one of the things was, say, like the wind, if the wind is blowing hard against you from one side, your ship will actually tilt. So then, depending on which way it is, you can obviously, your aim or range of your cannons is further if you're tilting up. If you're tilting down, it's shorter and things like that. And it went a little bit further in that. So like the one that I watched, he was a sea battle, but he was trying to land on a small island, kind of capture a fishing village, and then work his way up to capture a fort. So he had 2 kind of battleships, and then he had 3 transport ships. So he had to use his 2 battleships to fight off 2 small Spanish ships so that he could land his ships. But obviously, if any of his ships were sunk, he was losing those troops. And then when he went to land them, you selected all the units and they got into their little rowboats, and you had to try to get onto land and then work your way up to the fort. It was just a nice bit of detail on it. It's a computer PC game. It's from a company, I can't remember what it's called now, but they've done film for the American Civil War and Gettysburg. Just like generals or commander generals or something like that. They basically they specialize in those like just particular era of the game or of the time, and then you have a game around it. So we tried the land run this time. It is, yeah. It's something general, unlimited general, or some general age of sail. I think. I'll look it up. You can see me. Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail is what it's called. Yeah, so it's kind of the newer version of those old Age of Sail games. So remember we used to play them. So we're good. Wonder that one. It looked good as well. Anyway. Okay. So we tried the land one this time. So after this, we can have a look and see. There's like a tutorial campaign which kind of shows you about how to do things. I think that's the American independence, or the road to the independence. So that's probably the one I think we should try to do. But like you can choose any of the nations, you know, so you could choose to be Britain, to be France, Prussia, Russia, you know, there's the whole range of them. And obviously different things.
Welcome to the battle tutorial. Here you will learn the basics of commanding your armies on the battlefield. You are controlling the British army. Camped in and around this farm are your Spanish enemies. Your task is to rout the Spanish army from the battlefield. Start by selecting your cannons. Left-click on the cannons with your mouse. Now, move your cursor over an enemy unit and right-click your mouse to order your cannons to attack.
Hello.
Right away, sir.
Blast.
Whilst you're shelling the enemy, practice raising and lowering the camera by rolling the middle mouse button. Alternatively, you can use the Z or X keys. Keep up the pressure by firing your cannons at the enemy militia. As they take damage, their morale will be reduced and eventually cause them to rout. You have successfully routed an enemy unit. If you rout all enemy units from the battlefield, you will be victorious. You can use the W and S keys to move the camera backwards and forwards, and the A and D keys to strafe left and right.
Are they gonna fire? Are they gonna... Just trying to find out where they go. Oh, that bounced on the ground. They were still aimed at those Spanish troops that were running away. Those ones. Because they'll probably come back when they're not so scared. Yeah, we'll fire at these guys now. Oh, look at them firing back.
You can rotate the camera by clicking and holding the middle mouse button. Alternatively, you can use the Q and E keys. Try this now. Select a line infantry unit by left-clicking on the unit, or left-clicking the unit card on the review panel at the bottom of the screen. You can double-click here to automatically pan the camera behind the unit.
Nothing accurate, is it?
Please select a line infantry unit. Now, left-click on the Fire at Will button on the review panel at the bottom right. This unit will now automatically fire at enemy units within range of their muskets. Left-clicking this button again will cancel the order. Unit. While enemy troops with broken morale can return to the fray once their resolve recovers, the will of these Spanish troops has been shattered. Leave them to flee for their lives. Well done. You have successfully routed the first wave of enemy units. Now right-click on the location indicated to order your unit to march there. To increase the speed of your unit's movement, click the Run button on the review panel, or double right-click when issuing the movement command.
Infantry reporting. Yes, sir.
If you right-click and drag at your chosen destination, you can determine the depth and orientation that the troops in the unit will form up in when they reach the destination.
Infantry reporting.
Killed him. We blew up the house. We blew up the house. There's look, see him in the window. We killed their general. General Gonzalo. Oh my god. Look at the house. Whoops. Made a bit of mess of those Spanish.
A second wave of enemy is approaching. Keep your units behind this cover to give them an advantage over the enemy.
I blew up the cover. Have my cannons used all of their ammo?
Infantry starting. Moving out. Come on. Fire.
Can make them alright.
Close to range.
Just keeps missing me. Run away.
You have seriously depleted the Spanish numbers. Click on the melee attack button in the unit panel.
Open fire. Infantry orders. Moving out. Come on. Close to range.
One shot off and recharged them.
Now, mouse over an enemy unit and right-click to engage in melee. You can double-click to charge. These men will remain in melee mode whilst the button is selected. Click it again to disable melee mode, and have your men fire on the enemy when next ordered to attack.
There now, look at them. There they go. I would need to stop my cannon from firing. Beat them up.
general has joined your ranks for the final
when it's
push.
all over.
Use him wisely and keep him protected. His presence in battle will strengthen the morale of nearby units. Use the commands you've just learned to rout the rest of the Spanish army.
Orders! Engage!
Snap the fire. decisive victory. We lost a bit more that time.